Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Sachin Chatte and on this program we take a look at all the latest releases. This week we will take a look at Ayushmann Khurrana's An Action Hero and the war film Devotion. First, let's take a look at An Action Hero. An Action Hero is a film that tries too hard. It wants to be a comedy, an action film, and also wants to make a larger point about film stars and their lives. The screenplay though very seldom rises above the ordinary, and what you eventually get is a mishmash that starts grating on your nerves. For the deeper meaning in a film to work, you need to have a story and scenes that are effective on the surface of it. If that doesn't click, no matter how deep the meaning is, it won't cut much ice. Manish Sharma unsuccessfully tried to explore what happens when an actor is caught in a pickle in a real-life situation in Shah Rukh Khan's fan. Writer-director Anirudh Iyer, who has worked with Anand L. Rai on some of his previous films, throws the main protagonist, an actor, in a similar situation. Told in flashback, Ayushmann Khurrana plays Manav, a superstar known for his action films. He finds himself on the run after an incident involving a local politician's brother in Haryana. That scene itself is the least bit convincing. The side mirror of his car has fallen right in the middle of the road and the camera lingers over it more than once. The audience sees it, but the screenplay wants us to believe that on an empty street, the protagonist didn't see it. One can give up on logic, but to what degree, that is the question. From Haryana, the actor takes off straight to London like Nirav and Malia. The politician, played by Jaideep Ahlawat, also follows suit and boards the next flight even before his brother is cremated. In Old Blighty, he is on a shooting spree, killing a couple of cops. Not sure why he does that, but then I'm unsure about many other things in this film as well. Now, if someone has come all the way from India to London to bump you off, and if you get a chance to deal with him, what will you do? Manav just puts him in the boot of the car and locks it and leaves. It doesn't occur to him that on the roadside, someone might rescue the man in the boot and who will then resume his incomplete mission. But before that, there is a scene where Manav is walking on the street casually and then moments later he hears a police siren. He starts running, which is not the wisest thing to do. That is followed by a rather ridiculous action scene at a building site that has scaffolding. Manav performs stunts as if he is Jackie Chan. So hence the point about an actor being thrown into an extraordinary situation is wasted. To top it all, there is a Dawood-like character who makes an appearance in the climax. In An Action Hero, women have no place unless you count Malaika Arora, who plays herself performing at a wedding while dancing to Aap Jaisa Koi from Kurbani. There's also a rather dreadful remix of Bach Ke Rehna Re Baba from Amitabh Bachchan's Pukar. Ayushmann Khurrana has done a variety of roles in recent times, but this is not among his best. Jaideep Ahlawat, on the other hand, seems to be having fun playing his character with deadpan expressions. This action hero effectively doesn't pack much of a punch, and I'm going to go with 2 out of 5 stars for this new Ayushmann Khurrana film. The other release of the week is a film called Devotion, which is a war film set in 1950 when World War II was over, but the Cold War had also started. But this is not much of a war film, as it is about friendship between 2 fighter pilots in the US Navy, where one of them is black. Inclusiveness may be a buzzword today, but back then, and even to a large degree now, discrimination still prevails. This is more of a serious version of Top Gun. Ensign Brown, played by Jonathan Major, is a fighter pilot who will happily lay down his life for his country. The civil rights movement came much later, and the black community was still a strong target back then. There are some subtle and some not so subtle scenes that portray this feeling, like the one where cops come knocking on his door because his white neighbor complains about the music that is being played. While at Cannes in France, the doorman plainly tells him that while his colleagues may be invited, he is not welcome to the casino. Incidentally, he and his friends were invited by Elizabeth Taylor to the casino while they were briefly stationed at Cannes. Hudner, played by Glenn Powell, is a sensitive man and instantly takes a liking to Brown. Hudner incidentally was also a part of Top Gun. They go on to become good friends, and very often Hudner finds himself defending Brown, which the latter doesn't like. After all, he has learned to defend himself all his life. Based on a true story, Devotion at times plays it by the numbers, but when it is not doing that, it is very poignant. The war scenes make up only for the third and final act when there is a fair bit of action. Brown's wife is played by Christina Jackson and has an obligatory part that charters along expected lines. Well, there isn't a great deal of action in the film, but as I said, the poignant moments make up for it. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5 stars for this new film called Devotion. Well, that's what I thought of the films that were released this week. Do let us know what you think. Do write into us. Our address is features@prudentmedia.in. And I'll be back with you next week with Avatar and other reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me.